Well, hello, everybody. Here we are going to talk about Ohio State versus Indiana. I mentioned for a few weeks leading up to this in several live streams that yes, I would be getting back into the Ohio State games once the game started to get bigger and bigger. This Indiana game being one of them, leading into the Michigan game. I dropped the ball on the Penn State game. Should have been there live for that recap. And then here we are, the Indiana game has come and gone, and it turned out to be a whole lot of nothing. Now, it started great if you're a Hoosier fan, and, there were some looks around the room a little bit if you're a Buckeyes fan. They start out, the Buckeyes get the ball, they go 3 and out, and they punt. Indiana gets the ball, they move it right down the field, pretty methodically, really, taking some time off the clock, completing passes, converting third downs, taking a 7-0 lead. But what I have said many times, probably hear it even in many videos, whether if it's the NFL or college, just as recently as the Penn State game had happened, I don't get too freaked out, though, when the opposing team's first drive of the game, they take it down the field, they score a touchdown. They've had all week to prepare that. That's most likely going to be their best drive of the game. In fact, I said that to my uncle who was here watching the game with me. Oh, Uncle Ron stopped by watching the Buckeyes. And he's like, okay, he kind of nodded, but like, I don't know, man, that looked awful good. And I was like, I feel like that's going to be their best drive of the game. They had all week to work on that one. That was their absolute best against what the Buckeyes do. Now teams will make some adjustments, and, it was, in fact, their best drive of the day. Many turnovers, really just self-inflicted mistakes by Indiana took them out of the game right before halftime. It was still 7-7. The Buckeyes, while Indiana's defense hung in there, their offense fell apart. This crazy offense we've been hearing about for months now really did nothing after that first drive. They did finally get another touchdown later on in scrub time. So did the Buckeyes. Final score was 38-15. But anyhow, going into the half, it looked like it was possibly going to be 7-7. And Indiana's going to punt the ball away to Ohio State with about a little under 2 minutes to go, and the punter totally drops it. He blows the snap, can't get a punt off. The Buckeyes get it, great field position, touchdown, 14-7 at half. So instead of being tied up, they fall behind. And really, Indiana never recovered there. The Buckeyes had a turnover. Indiana had a turnover in the first half. They had 2 turnovers, in fact, I suppose, if you count that punt. I don't really know what that counts as. That's like not converting a fourth down. Is that a turnover when you fail on a punt like that? I'm not sure, actually, now that I think about it. Certainly not a good play. As good as a turnover if you're a Buckeyes fan. The Buckeyes defense really stepping it up. Gus Johnson mentioned about 700 times. I like Gus. Big Gus Johnson guy. But boy, he did not have a great Saturday, did he? And then late in the game, it's 31-15, I believe, and Ryan Day runs one in. Gonna run a little bit of a running up the score. Indiana had shown they're not going to call their timeouts like this game's over. Let's just take a knee and go home. Ryan Day stuffs one in, although Henderson should have ran that one in if you saw the play there near the end. So I guess that's about it. That's the recap. No more fish, no more king gizzard for the summer, so I guess maybe we will start to ease back into football. I feel like things have just gotten so far removed. Now, I know some of you, hopefully, will watch this video and make it to this point, and you're, like, up for some football content. I know a handful of you are. People were asking about this video, but it just seemed like the Buckeyes have so many games where it's just not really going to be worth it. And then games like this where you think it's going to be turns out to be a blowout as well. The Hoosiers are who we thought they were. Boom. Shout out to Deer Creek. My next visit, I'm not making a visit. I was going to make a video, but now since I just blew that, I'm not even going to tell you what it's going to be about. Boom. We're out of here. Thank you.